Hello and good evening, everyone. We are back once again with another model diorama wood kit by Rolife. Last Saturday, we started off our stream with another one of these kits. We completed the Melody Instrument Shop, a wonderful, fun little kit to put together. Took us a couple of hours, had a fun little time putting this together, and just enjoying all of the wonderful little details that go into a kit that is supposedly this simple. Today, we are going to be working on the next one of the series, which is the Magic Astronomy Shop. This one I'm a little bit more excited for, partially just because, as much as I enjoyed the first one, this one seems to have a little bit more detail. The layout's just a little bit different. Uh, it is the same quote unquote difficulty level, so I don't imagine it'll give us too much trouble, but it should still be fun nonetheless. I do think that this one is a little bit more thematic, whereas the Melody Shop, it was just kind of basic. It was just a white building, had a couple of instruments in it, and there was some nice detail to it. But this one, with it being this dark blue and it's got like these little accents everywhere, I think it'll be really fun to see how this kit plays out as well. And for those of you who were here on Saturday, might also remember the kits have a little bit of an opening on the top and back of them to allow light to go through to the windows. So it'll be interesting to see if this kit does the same thing. Partially because we did talk about possibly putting in like a lighting system for it in the future as a potential project. So that'll be fun to see if that's there. So without further ado, we have ourselves a nice warm beverage here. We have our kit. So let's get started. So, opening up the kit, obviously we have the instructions, the icon illustrations, which we don't really have to go over because we went over them last time, and the safety instructions, which I'm not frankly sure why they really include these, but I digress. So it looks like this is very similar to the last kit. It has the parts in either wood sprues. This looks like to be the plastic parts that are there just a little bit more for sturdiness. This seems to be a bunch of our miscellaneous parts, which there's more in this kit than there was in the last one. And something I noticed this time around is it doesn't look like this kit includes the gel pen that was in the other one, which I guess that's fair. The other kit included a metallic gold gel pen to color in some of the parts to make them gold. This one doesn't include that, but it does include a lot of the same things, like it includes the little charms and the string to hang them with, as well as a pair of tweezers, which we won't necessarily need. But there's also a lot more parts, like there are these little crystals and these crystal balls. So it seems like they have even more of these pre-built pieces in here, which will be something. Then we have this looks to be different. So this looks to be unlike this, which this is just a sheet of paper. These are sort of pre-built designs. These usually will end up getting glued to specific pieces, but this, on the other hand, looks to be a sticker sheet, and it has sort of this like luminescent effect on it, which will be super nice. And the fact that it's a sticker sheet too means we won't have to glue it, which will be helpful. And then this is just a part identification guide, just because some of these parts are kind of confusing if you don't have like a reference to them. So we'll leave that over there. But that should be everything we need to get started. So I'm going to leave this right up there, just that way we know what we're working on today. All right, and I do believe we have everything to get started. So let's go ahead and start by breaking out our wood pieces here. Sandpaper, which we won't need. Our wonderful double-sided tape that they seem to really enjoy wanting us to use. As well as wood pieces, some pre-printed wood pieces, clear plastic for the windows, even more clear pieces. Neat. Alright, I'll set all that aside. Alright. So if this kit's anything like the last one, what it'll end up having us do is sort of building each of these pieces individually. So it'll start with having us build the individual little components before we actually get into the actual kit itself. So it looks like we're first working on what's called the armillary sphere. This actually already includes some of our pre-made plastic pieces. It looks like we need P6, which is this piece right here. I do have to appreciate the fact that they made them actual size instead of just what they look like. A half circle should be another half circle right there. Perfect. All right. So now we've got all that. Then we need from the paper sheet. Actually, hang on. So this doesn't come from the paper sheet. This comes from the metallic sticker sheet instead. So we'll just leave this in here for now. It comes from here. And we also need this piece, which find a place to put this where it's not going to roll away. That'll do for now. All right, we need C1. There's 4 of these. Really worried about this being cloudy from the glue. 'Cause at the end of the day, this is already going to be such a small part of it anyway that realistically, as long as you can at least see part of it, it should be fine. That where it's easy. Easy to see. Shoot. That'd be the most stubborn sticker I've ever seen. Here we go. Sticker to stay properly. It's actually paying attention. Hello, hello. Just in time to see me make a mess of myself, my goodness. I knew that was coming too, especially considering it was glue. Just small enough that that's not going to work. I'll put you right there for now. Because I need This is the quote unquote planetarium projector. Couldn't tell you what that means. Not a clue yet. I I have the other one right now just sitting on a shelf above my desk. But that said, okay, I see how this one works. Is this even central? It's not. Okay. I have the other one sitting on a shelf above my desk, but I only have room for like these two. So if I decided to do a third, then I'd have to find somewhere else for them. But let's see. This way. But I'll be damned if these aren't like the most precarious little pieces I've ever had to work with. Oh, for sure. Is it gonna be sturdy enough to hold on its own? Yes. Yeah, it's honestly just trying to find a place to put the dang things at this point. Can't. Something tells me I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. You know, for a kit that's like, yeah, you don't need any tools. You can just do it by yourself without anything, with the like we included. There's no way. There's like, yeah, you can just use these little double-sided tape strips, and you can just use these little plastic tweezers. No, that's what they want you to think. There's no way. Should be fine. This should be done. Try not to use super glue because I super glue scares me. But honestly, with like how quickly I need this to dry and how strong I need the bond to be, super glue just kind of works. But you know what? We ball. That's super cute. It's a little, probably the biggest pain in the butt of things to put together so far, but cute nonetheless. Is this one glued at all? This one has. This is what we put together not too long ago. So we've got those two. Okay, so I want us to put the stairs together. Okay. Stairs I probably won't use super glue for just because I don't necessarily need them to glue that quickly. Frankly, more than anything, I just need them to be sturdy. So we'll probably just use. I don't think I've ever actually shown off why I have 3 bottles of glue over here, but these are a brand, I don't know if they're available there, but they're called like Aleene's, and they're just glue, but there's 3 different variations of them. So you have like clear gel, like if you need it specifically to be clear even when you're gluing it. There's a fast grab, so like if you need it to like quickly hold on to a piece before it glues, and then this is quick dry, like if you need it to be like dry very quickly, but you don't necessarily need it to hold really quickly. So like for this, for example, I don't necessarily need it to be. I don't necessarily need it to grab quickly because I'm just going to stack these on their back. But having them dry quickly would be nice. So that's probably the glue I'm going to use here for this. If I don't just absolutely use way too much and get it everywhere. Yeah, it was when I was looking for glue to start doing these projects because I figured, I figured I might need some kind of glue, even if the kits don't necessarily require it. And it just came as like a little 3-pack, and I was like, you know what? Having like different glues for different purposes actually sounds really useful. So I'm going to make the biggest mistake of my life and leave those right there because I almost guarantee you those are going to glue to that mat and I'm going to regret that later. But that's okay. Happy little accident. Okay. See, exactly. I don't like it's not a now problem, it's a later problem. So you know what? I'll be mad at myself later for it. So get you out of the way. These pieces are getting tiny. Oh, there's a third one. Of course there is. I might need to change the blade out on this knife. It's starting to get a little dull on me. You're not wrong. Hell yeah. Now we got business. Listen, when you told me earlier that he had uploaded a new video, it was like the second coming of the Messiah. Our Lord and Savior, Bill Wirtz, had come back, and I could not have been happier. All right. So we need, first off... Oh, see, I didn't regret it. It did come off clean me. Do regret putting too much glue on this thing, though. Can I... Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. So now, what about... Dang it. This is going to be one of those situations I need to use super glue gun. Because these things are going to have to hold themselves in place. Neat. Is this CA glue? It's CA glue. Okay. I was wondering if it was a different kind because it's like a local, my local hobby shop has like their own line of glue, and that's their own line of it, extra thick. And every time I see it, I just think of that Aku scene from Samurai Jack where he's ordering pizza and he's just like, extra thick. uh, I have a very strong appreciation for that show. And when Adult Swim was basically just like, yeah, we know that show is like 20 plus years old at this point, but we're going to bring it back for a final season and it's going to be like a darker, grittier, more adult oriented season. I was both happy and skeptical, but I think at the end of the day, I'm kind of glad that they did. Okay. So this is the base of our telescope. So now we just have I hope I was looking in the right bag. Here we go. I was showing off earlier, they included, so the previous kit had just like paper that you would glue to some of the pieces. This one also has stickers, and these stickers are on like a metallic film, which is super neat. That's kind of the reason why, like, as I was just getting this kit out, I was like, this looks like it's going to be a little bit more fun than the music shop one. Just has more to it. Let's let that dry, but we have our little telescope. How cute. I think that's all of the small pieces. Either that or I'm kidding myself. No, that is all the small pieces. Now we're actually, but instead of us working on the building itself, it wants us to work on like the dome part first, like the roof. Interesting. Takes long enough for it to glue. There we go. I think this should be fine. Coffee break. I mean, I technically do. I just don't have anywhere to really put it where it's visible. I guess I could put it over here where like the coffee mug is, but I'll show you here in a second once I get this. Perfect. All right, I need you. Yeah, I do have, in terms of like a display stand or something, I do have this. It's just like my phone stand. But I could do, like, just there's the phone stand, and boom, there's the box. The only problem, though, is like I said, um, because of how high off it is, it either has to be like right here in the way of everything, or it's just, it's whatever. But a good idea nonetheless. So, ooh, really like this song. Yeah, honestly, what I consider doing is down here, if I can position my finger right, down here in the corner where it says like on the workbench, I considered putting just like a picture of the box there. So that way people could see what it is, but I mean, either way, just an idea. But either way, we have our little charms. So this one, unlike the music store, has three of them. It's got like a little star, a little moon, and a little gem, and all three of them have a little gem on them. So how cute. We'll just leave that there. But I think now we're actually working on like the frame, so we're actually getting close to being done. So let me see here. So I say close to being done, that's a strong word. These kits are deceptively simple. And then all of a sudden you're just like, yeah, I'm almost done. And then like another 2 hours later, you're still working on it. It's like that saxophone I put together. Like I was just like, yeah, this only took me like 30 minutes and it took me like 2 hours. I would say this one's more complex because there's a lot more like little things to it. Like, so far we have like this little, it's like the orb upon which you ponder. This one was an absolute pain in the butt to put together. This is like a planetarium little thing. This was a pain in the butt to put together. The telescope was honestly the easiest of the three to put together so far. That's pretty simple. Um, but I would honestly say like this is definitely more complex than the music shop one, but also kind of rightfully so because the music shop one is like Yeah, it's a music shop. Like you got some instruments, you got some sheet music, but here it's like this is a magic astronomy shop. Like this is whimsy. We all need a little whimsy in our lives. You can actually get out of here. I'm done with you. Where are Yeah, I might have to replace the blade on this thing because this thing's getting dull. And how bad was that text? Like, are we talking like a, oh, she's gonna be a little confused type thing, or is it more like a, you're gonna have a discussion about it later type thing? Also done with you. I figured that was the point, or I figured that's what it was gonna be. I'd be very surprised if it was the latter, right now at least. Also, that wasn't a suggestion. Don't get any ideas. What gotcha is she playing? Oh, it's one of them games. All right. I mean, sounds pretty fun so far. Oh no. Can't park this, sir. Do I bother with trying to use the double-sided tape again? I think we try, because I think it'll work better here, actually. You know, in hindsight, I do find it a little bit funny that I have this little studio soundtrack thing down here so that you can see like what's actively playing, but it's not like anyone's gonna understand it because it's all in Japanese anyway. Unless you're me, haha. No, I won't always play Miku stuff. I think that's fine. We got ourselves a door. the door. That's cute. Okay. So now we've got these are going to get glued. Let's use. Let's grab. I don't know, did you? uh, I guess there was a bot or something and it threw a URL in the thing, so I just deleted it. Yeah. Yeah, I figure I'll get it eventually. I just haven't bothered yet, just because, you know, getting started and whatnot. But it's definitely on my list of things to do soon. That's good. I'll probably set it up for Thursday then. Okay, I can immediately see how this is going to go. I think that's fine. So let's see if we can get this other one to stay in place now. I feel like they could have done this differently, but you know what? We will. Okay. I'm gonna let that sit and dry for a second. So I've got a nasty feeling that if I don't, it's gonna end badly. All right. Yeah. Got us some crystals. All right. Where's this? One quick moment, please. Sorry about that. Had an unwanted visitor on my wall that had to be taken care of. All right. So, we got that taken care of. We have... Oh, Lord, no. If it was big, I would not have been nearly as calm as I was. It was like slightly bigger than dime sized. Oh, wait. Um, I say that realizing that yeah, I'm not sure. Well, you've been to the States. Um, like maybe a couple centimeters across. I don't know. I'm bad at estimating sizes. Yeah, like it wasn't big, but it also wasn't like jumping spider small. Peanut M&M. A little bit bigger than a peanut. Well, a little bit bigger than a peanut M&M. Yeah, jumping's like okay. I do not care for spiders whatsoever. Like if they all just went somewhere else, I would be probably more than okay with that. However, jumping spiders are cute. I do think they're adorable. They have like very little of the scariness of like a regular spider and all of the adorableness of something that is that tiny. And you know what? I can respect it. And now I have another visitor who keeps rubbing up against my legs. Can I help you, ma'am? Well, meow back at you. Oh, good old Pinocchio P. You have a weird producer name, but you make some really good music. She probably does. I don't know what her problem's been, but like ever since that day, or ever since the other day when I gave her some catnip, every time I'm like in my kitchen, she won't leave me alone. And it's not that she wants food, like she's got food, but I think it's because that's where I gave it to her the first time. And so she's just like, I need more. Okay, so we've got some more of our little knickknacks inside the shop front. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. I'm surprised he'll let you leave it, or I'm surprised he's not already meowing his head off at you. I don't like how precarious these pieces are being. Supposedly. Nasty feeling I'm absolutely going to need to glue that last little bit. Oh, that's why they put the charms on that side. How cute. What world am I supposed to do this? Very carefully, I suppose. Did that. Here we go. Here it goes. That is the most satisfying feeling whenever you nail sticker placement on the very first try. Right. All right. Now that this is glued, I think we're done. That's what it looks like. I'm surprised this one doesn't have like any plastic for the windows, but I guess just because of like the grating or like the crossbars, they decided not to. But yeah, I like it. This was a bit different, especially considering a lot of it had like these like metallic stickers. There was a lot more of like the clear plastic that was used. Like these are all just stickers on top of clear plastic. So there's that, but it does still have the opening in the back. So we could still do that little project where I kind of have them like lined up and lit up from the back. I'm kind of curious now. Let me grab my phone and see what it looks like from the back lit up. Yeah, I might have to diffuse it a little bit, but ooh, especially the door. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get this on camera, but especially the door when it's lit up from behind, you can see like the text on the door a lot better. So I think having like three diffused LEDs like right here would be really, really nice. So that would be a fun little project to do. Um, it also has more of like the little charms that are just kind of hanging on this side. But yeah, I'm not going to say it has more detail than the other one does. I just think it went about putting the detail differently. But that said, yeah, it was fun. I liked it. I'm not sure between the two of them which I would say I like more. I would probably say they're equal. The thing that kind of scares me though is so Rolife uses like their little like difficulty rating, and I'm over here thinking, it took about 2 hours. It wasn't insanely difficult, and so I was thinking maybe it might be like a two, but apparently not. Apparently it's only a one. So doing any of the other ones is going to be interesting. So in terms of like the other of like the mini store series, so we've done this one, which is the Magic Astronomy Shop, and then there's the Melody Instrument Shop we've done. The other four that they have, and it might be easier to see on the booklet. The other four that they have are there's like a toy shop. Let's see if this is a little bit better. So they have a toy shop, there's a pet store, there's like a chocolate shop, and then what's called it's called the Green Fountain Garden, so it's almost like a greenhouse instead of a store. Um, I think that would be fun. I think if I ended up doing this again, I might just do one more and then stop there and then do like the lighting project, so I'd have three of them back to back. But that said, these are the only two that I actually physically have. So if I decided to get a third one, I'd have to order it. But that is for another time. Thursday, instead of it being a physical craft day, Thursday is going to be a digital craft day. I haven't figured out yet if it's going to be working on stream assets or if it's going to be working on a music project. I did end up getting another commission, so it might be working on that. If it's not working on that commission specifically, and I do something music related, it might be working on more of the Melody Box project. But yeah, so my plan is for Thursdays to be like a digital craft day, and then Tuesdays to be physical crafts. Uh, and then Saturday, if I do stream on Saturdays, that'll just be like a miscellaneous. One thing, it might just be like cozy games or something, since Saturday, obviously, there's a little bit more time. But in terms of physical crafts, so I don't have any more of those small uh, mini life kits. What I might do before tackling the bigger ones, like I do have the Magic Emporium, like I mentioned last time. So I could do this. This one's going to take quite a bit longer though, but it does also have like LED, so it is actually lit up on its own, which is super nice. The only downside though is if I remember correctly, does this one not follow their difficulty system? I guess it doesn't. but I think I want to say this is like a 3 out of 6, so it'll be like a bit of a jump. So there is this, but then aside from that, I do also have the Soccer Wine Alley book note kit, which I know is I think like a 4. But then I don't think I've actually shown them, but I do have paper theater kits. So, for example, I'll show you one of the Ghibli ones I have. There's this, which is Spirited Away. I have a collection of them actually. If you'll give me a second. So I have a bunch of these I've put together previously. Like this is a Howl's Moving Castle one. It's probably one of my favorite ones. And then this is a Princess Mononoke one. So it's the same thing, just in this case it's Spirited Away. I do also have, in terms of Ghibli ones, uh, Sophie and Calcifer. This one I'm super excited for. That one looks like it'd be a ton of fun to do. I also have a Young Howl one, so I have three Howl's Moving Castle ones. No surprise which one's my favorite movie. But then I've also got this one from Whisper of the Heart. And then on top of all of that, I also have the most difficult of them all, which is funny enough, Kirby. So I have quite literally 5 of these to put together, and these do take like easily a couple of hours, if not longer, to put together. Yeah, the Kirby ones, so they do like a difficulty rating system too, except it's out of 5. So like Spirited Away is 3, the Sophie and Calcifer is 3, Howl is 3, Seiji is 3, and then Kirby is a 5 for whatever reason. I don't know why the Kirby one is so much more difficult than the others, but uh, I don't think I've done one of them that is a 5, like a 5 out of 5 difficulty. So that'd be interesting to try. But uh, yeah, so for Tuesday's physical craft days, I have those. I have the other like physical model kits to put together, or like I said, like it could be something uh like doing the electronics projects, or in this case, like the lighting for that stuff. But it also just honestly depends on what's going on. But I feel bad because it's been 2 hours and this coffee is like really cold by now. But yeah, Thursday to be determined. I'm thinking it's either going to be stream assets or it's going to be probably working on. I do, but honestly, I don't mind cold coffee. As gross as it sounds. I think also part of it is just like I keep like I'm so focused on it that I just forget to take drinks out of it. And so by the time I actually do end up getting around to drinking it, it's already cold. But I digress. Uh, so Thursday will probably be either working on more Melody Box chimes, or it'll be working on stream assets. Uh, this little studio soundtrack thing, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's fine. I think it fits. This little thing down here, I'm probably going to make it a little bit different. Um, Another thing that I'm wanting to do is like the logo for my stream, like that little fancy cursive R with like the retro colors and stuff is obviously from like the first time around that I streamed, and it doesn't really fit what I have anymore. And then like my banner for Twitch doesn't have like the correct socials anymore and stuff, and so that all needs to be updated. And so I figured why not just do it on stream. But yeah, so that'll be the plan for Thursday. And then Saturday's TBD. I think I would have time on Saturday to do a stream. If I do one, it might be a cozy game. So we'll see. I do have like a little handful of games already kind of picked out, so it could be one of them. But either way, yeah. So nice fun little craft kit. And we'll go right next to the Melody Shop one, and then hopefully I can get a third so we can keep them in line. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful night.